Alright, so what's up, y'all? I watched the part 2 to R. Kelly's, Surviving R. Kelly. And, I told y'all before, I saw the first one, but I saw the first half of it, and I didn't get a chance to see the second half, because it was way too long. But then I got a chance to see the second one, and on the first video, I originally stated, R. Kelly never physically touched these women, this, that, and the third, and all the other stuff. Now, I just want to go ahead and say this. This y'all first time watching the video, you go back to the first one and see what I was saying, and then you'll see that it all makes sense or whatever. But I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. I don't condone R. Kelly. I think he did half that shit that they say he did. At least half. I'm not sure. So let's just say this, man. Most men aren't condoning what the fuck R. Kelly did. Alright? At least they're not publicly condoning what he did. The crazy thing about the situation when it comes to rape, sexual assault, pedophilia, and that type of stuff is that, when it comes down, this whole film, this whole docuseries is teaching everybody how to treat this type of situation. And what's so crazy is that you cannot highlight that people are doing this for money. You can't highlight anything that has to do with a greedy intent when it comes to sexual assault, pedophilia, child molestation, and stuff like that. Because, when it comes down to money, the next answer, the next question is going to be, and what's next? And your point. And honestly, money shouldn't be the settlement or the termination when it comes to pedophilia. It shouldn't at all. Money should at least heighten the senses and the awareness that there may be an issue in the room, and that the person that's presenting the money, or the person that agrees with the settlement, or the person that is looking at the person that is accusing the person or the victim for being greedy over money, that's when you got to look at them like they fucked up. That's when you got to raise your eyebrow and be like, what the fuck is going on? It's crazy because, they highlight all these different things of what's going on with R. Kelly. And like I told y'all before, these are old. A lot of these things already happened back in the day. And a lot of these things are probably still happening today. But something still sits with me. And I don't know what it is. There's just like a little bone that, something just picking my bone. Something is still telling me that there's some bullshit in the air. And like I know that's kind of contradicting what I said earlier, because the thing about when it comes to, sexual assaults and molestation and stuff like that, there is no right or wrong. And, you have to be very, very careful about the things that you say, because if you say the wrong thing, then a person gonna take one thing and blow it out of proportion. So, while there's a platform to highlight what black people need to do, and what people in general, I ain't gonna much just say black people, what families members need to do, and what people need to do, I think it's time, and I heard this from Tariq Nasheed, man, and this is for real. I think it's time for us to start taking the covers off of what women are doing to little boys as well. That's something that goes under the wraps and under the covers, and it's still going under the covers. Because women raping boys, or women having sex with little boys, that shit comes off as cute. That shit comes off in a, in a sense of, oh, you're evolving in your manhood and stuff like that. So it's kind of crazy how you see a lot of people coming out, you know, talking about what these men are doing. And don't get it twisted. There are a lot of sexual predators out there that need to be highlighted and called out. But now, since we're calling out everything, like I said before, call out Harvey Weinstein, all that other stuff. And I heard that Harvey Weinstein has a documentary coming out. So that's a good thing. But now it's time to start calling out these women as well. Because when I sat back and watched this stuff, and watched the R. Kelly case, the movie, the docuseries, and I sit back and I watch other people on YouTube and other people who gave their interviews, other celebs that's been molested and raped and stuff like that, especially guys. A lot of these guys, half of them say that they've been molested and raped by women. So, my question is, I just want to know how many of these women out here are actually shitting on R. Kelly, but then had sex with boys. And, you know, they're not being called out. They're not getting their card pulled. So, you know, I hope that this, like I said before in the last video, I hope that this R. Kelly thing is a green light to take down every single bad thing that comes with our community, us as a people. So, that's just something that I just wanted to get off my chest real quick, you know what I mean? You know, my thoughts don't really change too much of what's been happening with this R. Kelly case. I still feel like that I don't understand why people are so outraged now. The only people that I can see being outraged are just the newcomers who didn't really know. And it's okay to shine the light. But this is 20-something years old. And the way people are acting like as if they've never heard it. So, you know, this is the funny-ass generation that we in. This is the funny-ass society. You know, society, we live in a dick-riding-ass world. And it's so funny how Ebony Magazine, you know, is all pro-women and stuff like that. But they were the main ones to support R. Kelly, you know, during the time when he was allegedly going through his stuff. And I think even after. So, you know, I just want to point that out. And I just want people to make their goddamn mind up. Like, if you're going to be out here crucifying somebody, make up your fucking mind. Because it's very conflicting to all of us that R. Kelly makes hella good music. And then the shit play on the radio, Pandora, something like that. And then we want to sing it, but then we don't. But then some of us do sing it, but then we don't. And it's hella conflicting because you want to know why? Because a lot of us gave that man a pass. A lot of us gave that man a pass. And it's fucking with our brains because we love the work, but we don't like the person. And, you know, that's just what comes with the territory. This is what happens when you open your heart and mind and ears for people who you don't know like that. This is what happens when you idolize folks. This is what happens when you put too much trust into man. Because they have followers, because they have fame, because they have status, because they have money. So I want the people to make their mind up. Because this ain't a lesson for R. Kelly no more. I mean, it is, but this film, this docuseries is a lesson for everybody. This is a lesson to clean house. This is a lesson to have dialogues within your family. This is a lesson to make sure that you watch over your kids and what they doing. This is the lesson to, you know, scan the person who your kids are communicating with. Scan who are you communicating with. Scan that person's background. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to ask questions. It's okay to be a little nosy sometimes for your own protection. So, like I said, man, this is all a learning experience. And to me, I feel like a lot of motherfuckers raggedy on that film, on that docuseries. I feel like John Legend, what the fuck is he doing there? Now, I feel like they kind of just pulled him to the side because they needed men's approval and someone to have women's back when it comes to these type of things and cases. So I understand that. But John Legend ain't got shit to do with this goddamn docuseries. And R. Kelly's wife, she still got the whole goddamn last name. And I've been keeping my eye on her for a while, man. Ever since she broke up with R. Kelly, she been shitting on this man, been going on reality shows and all this other stuff like you didn't know what he was all about. So, you know, I don't know, man. The way she kind of went about, you know, calling out R. Kelly, y'all keep y'all eye on her too, man, because I kind of feel like she's just as suspect as well. She just as suspicious. Because for you to be married to a man that long, and you don't know this man, you don't have no clue what this man is doing, and you still got his last name, and he's that much of a fucked up person that you decided to keep his last name. I don't know. You didn't even decide to put a hyphen in that bitch. You didn't even put your maiden name in that motherfucker. Like, you decided to keep the whole last name Kelly. So why did you keep the last name Kelly? You know what I mean? Wendy Williams has no business talking on behalf of R. Kelly or anybody on that goddamn thing, because she wasn't there. She was just there talking to R. Kelly during the interview or whatever it was back in the day. So Wendy Williams is the executive producer. That shit wasn't going to come out, but they wanted to go on with it anyway. And plus, when you're the executive producer, you probably 8 times out of 10, 7 times out of 10 put some money into that project. So she's in it. Wendy Williams is in it because she's invested. John Legend, I don't know why the fuck he's in it. And, you know, the shit kind of sloppy a little bit all the way around. But overall, it's a good and formidable type docuseries. Everybody need to watch it. Everybody need to get in tune and in touch so we can raise the awareness of what's going on with all these evil predators and these victims around the world and in our community. But at the end of the day, I want y'all to pay attention to what I said. This whole situation ain't about R. Kelly learning no more. It's about everybody. It's about your life. It's about how you handle situation. And that's pretty much it. So make sure y'all make the right calls and the right calls in life. Because obviously, you know, sitting here watching R. Kelly, I didn't understand just the root of how many lives he affected and damaged just through sleeping with an underage girl. So I didn't realize the root of the damage. I knew it was damage done, but I didn't know the root. I didn't know that many people was affected by it. So that's something that's good for me to see, you know, so I can learn how to articulate myself when it comes to these type of situations. So much love to everybody. That was part 2. I'm gonna touch on part 3 tomorrow. But y'all make sure y'all subscribe to Spoken Reasons TV. Subscribe to Spoken Reasons. And yeah, that's it, man. And also too, get the movie Deal with the Devil. And check out all my other stuff. Get your FCHW product. Get your hat. And all the other good stuff. And yeah, man, we out. I'm the shit.